You hear that? Hello, everyone. Welcome. On behalf of the city of Cranston, as your mayor, I'd like to welcome you to our fine city. It's a beautiful day to be signing an educational bill outside of Waterman Elementary School. Thank you to Governor McKee for signing this most important piece of legislation. Thank you to my good friend, Senator Hannah Gallo, and Representative Brian Newberry for introducing this fantastic bipartisan bill. And I like to remind people, 20 years ago, I reminded our fantastic superintendent that I started the Civics program here in the Cranston Public Schools, teaching an inclusion class. And I used to bring them over to the mayor's office and bring them to City Hall. And now some of those kids are actually voting for me. So I think I did a good job teaching them. Education Commissioner Angelica Infante Green, thank you so much for being here today. And our superintendent, Superintendent of the Year, Janine Massey. Janine Nada-Massey, thank you so much for being here. In the early 2000s, I piloted the Civics program right here in the city of Cranston at Cranston East High School. I went on to teach democracy and civics as part of our inclusion program at the Cranston Public Schools. Participation in civic life is essential to sustaining our democratic form of government. After 37 years as an educator, I retired for 5 years, and then they pulled me right back in to serve as the mayor of this fine city. We can do this by helping our kids develop and practice the knowledge, beliefs, and behaviors needed to participate in civic life. This bill will help our children gain an understanding of the processes of government, political ideologies, civic and constitutional rights, and the history and heritage of this great nation. Thank you for all of the work on this initiative, and at this point I will pass this over to Senator Hannah Gallo. Thank you.
Good. Well, a question for you. Do you find irony, given your acknowledged career in working with children and young people on civil liberties and their civil rights? At the same time, just a week or so ago, we were here in Cranston covering a city council meeting where you brought in, without council oversight, without council involvement, a company that is going to do 2.4 million, has done 2.4 million scans of license plates in the last 30 days with no real statutory control on what they claim to be responsible for and what they could do with the information?
Pat, how did I know you were going to set me up with this one? Here's the bottom line. Those programs work. I support my police department 1,000%.
We know you do.
Cranston is the safest city in the state of Rhode Island because of their leadership. So I don't second guess anything that we've done with those license plates.
Even if it's a grotesque conflict of civil liberties?
No, it's been tried and fought in other courts and has failed because we're not doing anything to infringe on anybody's rights. What we're doing is protecting the rights of the citizens that are looking for us for that type of leadership.
Well, it's future crimes, and quite frankly, again, the concerning part here, there's no statutory controls over what can be done with that data. I realize everyone's got a handshake and everyone loves each other, but you know, again, 2.4 million license scans by their own admission.
My colonel's smarter than all of them. He knows what he's doing. I support him.
I've never seen a colonel or a police officer turn down a free incursion into people's civil liberties or people's rights or people's privacy.
That's not civil liberties. It's advancement in technology to make our city safe, and that's all I'm going to say.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Okay.